What's up, Fit Fam? So I figured today's snap would be about my off-season eating strategies, like how I prep my meals and just to show you some of the things that I eat. So the simple answer is the off-season, there is no difference. I mean, whether I'm getting ready for a contest or I'm eating just for myself, the foods stay the same. It's actually the portion. So basically all I'm switching up are the portions of proteins, fats, and carbs that I'm eating. I'm eating larger portions in the off-season, and I also try to incorporate cheat meals whenever possible. And for me, a cheat meal is usually just something I find at like my favorite restaurant. It doesn't have to be fried or especially fatty, but I just like it to be prepped differently from how I prep. So for instance, Chipotle could be a cheat meal because it's prepped completely different from the way I would make chicken and rice and beans and all that stuff. You know, I usually don't use seasoning. So basically what I'm saying is I'm a pretty boring eater. My meals are very bland and basic, but I can eat large portions and that helps me to put on size and retain muscle mass. And then, of course, I drink lots of water day in and day out. I don't really keep track of how much I'm drinking, but I get at least a gallon every single day. And then immediately after breakfast, I take a multivitamin and some fish oil. You know, I try to get that out of the way as soon as possible so I'm not missing any micronutrients. Of course, whey protein and branched chain amino acids help, but you really got to focus on the amount of protein you're consuming from your diet. So if there's not enough there, no amount of supplements will take care of that. You know, honestly, I've always felt that nutrition, once you get into a system and you do it consistently, it's actually the easiest thing to do. For me, it's easier than exercise. And so basically, if I'm eating consistently, like it's a no-brainer. But like if you look at workouts and you've got to lift more, lift heavier, and constantly stress your body, I mean, that kind of... So as you're constantly putting that stress on your body, as you get older, the risk of injury becomes very, very real. So you've really got to be careful. You got to be smart and just take your time. But I would much rather just eat the same food every day than try to, you know, squat or deadlift 500 pounds because there's some days you just don't feel like lifting the weight of the world. So when it's all said and done, diet and exercise really are about 50-50. But if you look at the hours in the day, there's no way you're going to work out the entire day. So you've really got to watch your diet. So before I leave you guys to do your own thing and hit the gym, I want to show you a couple examples of what I eat. I've got some food in the kitchen. Are you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this. Alright, so our first example is chicken. It's actually chicken breast to be specific. Boneless, skinless chicken breast. Example number 2, potatoes. These are actually purple potatoes because at the grocery store they ran out of sweet potatoes. So we got some purple. Now, as delicious as these potatoes look, I can't eat them raw, so I've got to microwave them. So this is how they start, and when they finish, they look different. Now, regardless of the kind of potatoes I eat, I like to skin them. So they start looking like this, and they finish looking like this. Now, I know you probably think I'm crazy for eating the way I do, but before you judge me, hear me out. When it comes to nutrition, we all have different tastes and preferences, so you got to do what works for you. So to wrap this up, you don't have to eat the way I eat, but you have to keep track of your intake and know exactly what you're putting into your body. And last but not least, I'm a huge fan of vegetables. Frozen vegetables to be specific. I like these because they last longer when I keep them in the fridge or in the freezer.